Hello everyone, so just finishing on the video that I done about an hour ago. If people watching this in the future, this is a bit awkward. But I was talking about immigration, I talking about people that used to be in my class that left to go, like every day of the week, there's people I know who used to be in secondary school and primary school with me going off to other places. Basically watch the other video and explain it. But yeah, I'm going to talk about my experience. Obviously, I'm still here, I'm still in Ireland, obviously. But when I was in third year, basically junior sort, it was talked about that I should go to Finland and study in Finland. It was an option. It was talked about a lot, um, particularly again by my doctors and things like that. It was talked about. My doctor said it would probably be best too if I went to Finland. It'd be a lot more relaxed system than the Irish education system at the time, because at the time I was still recovering uh, from when I was in first year. Obviously, I had a mental breakdown and things like that. Long story. I explained in many videos before, but I'll be here for an hour or two explaining it all. But basically, I had a mental breakdown when I was in first year, and obviously told you I still wasn't on the same right track, basically, let's put it that way. Uh, so it was talked about because Finland is that more easygoing education system. And obviously, there'd be no question that obviously I would get extra help and things like that. More than this country, let's be fair, because you have to be very, very bad to get any kind of help at all in terms of resources, special needs, obviously with dyslexia and a bit of autism. You struggled a bit, I will admit that it was a struggle. It was an uphill battle, but I got through it in the end. But it was considered on that grounds that I should go to Finland because I would have probably, it was said and it was talked about that I would get an SNA straight away and I'd be put into a special school in Finland if I went to Finland. So I would have been peachy if I went there. And so it was generally talked about and told you, and I was generally, for a while, considering it. I will say that. I didn't say I was going to go or I wasn't going to go. But the option basically was there, and it was said that basically the place was there if I wanted to go. But in the end, I refused to go because I didn't want to leave County Cavan. And I didn't want to leave Buttersbridge and things to tiny towns and stuff like that, so I didn't want to leave. Uh, and that was mainly the reason why, and obviously a different environment, a very different environment, obviously snow and minus degrees. Uh, and obviously the Finnish language, but obviously half of them speak English anyway, so. But it would have been a huge change, and all them factors considering, that's what made me change my mind. Mainly too because it's entirely different kettle of fish. Compared to Ireland, I know it rains a lot here and it's miserable half the day, half of the year round. But it's a very different thing than negative minus 20 degrees. Some days negative minus 30 degrees. Um, let's be fair now. I don't know what that Irish post maybe to cope with that now. But yeah, so it was considered that, and it was talked about that I would have probably got a job if I did stay in Finland. I would have probably got a job in some of the city councils there, like a council worker, like as I am now. Uh, it was basically said because we did talk to a few people across in Finland about it. It was kind of a bit of talk about it, if it makes any sense. And it was kind of said there would be no issue basically with me if I went over. Um, Obviously, so I could have at the time. A lot of people did say, and even when I left secondary school there, a lot of people did say to me, "Why did they not go to Finland?" Uh, when I finished secondary school and stuff like that, it would have been a far better life than this hellhole, as one person put it to me. But as I say, I wouldn't want to leave County Cavan. I've unfinished business. Let's put it that way. And just as I say, it's different culture. It's obviously they speak English and things like that, but it's a different kettle of fish. It is the Finnish people are more conservative. They're not Irish people that give a fuck all the time. Um, you know, they're a bit more conservative and a bit more quieter people, which is kind of like me. I will admit in myself, I am a very quiet and reserved individual. That does have a very weak heart. That does have a very weak heart, and that's very emotional, I would say, in a way. We kind of put it. And I openly say that I worked say to people I'm the strongest man in the country and can take bullets like a champ or anything like that. I do let my emotions get away with myself, and I suppose it was said too that it'd be a lot more better for my mental health to obviously being a very well-being kind of country more than, again, this hellhole. Let's put it that way. Where this country just knocks you down every 10 seconds. And then obviously you have basically your better quality, as I say, free education and stuff like that. But as I say, on all them grounds, I didn't consider it at the time. And obviously when I came there 2 years ago, it came up again that I could go in the morning literally and not come back. But as I said, there were all the reasons why. And obviously I didn't want to leave. Obviously I'm one of the highest ranking person in the tiny towns in here. I didn't want all my work to go to waste too, in building up the tiny towns and all the work, all the hours and things like that you put into it. It's hard to just walk away and say, I'm finished, good luck. It's hard to let go. And then obviously you have your friends and your family here, you don't want to let go of them and just say I'm fucking off to Finland now, good luck, enjoy the rest of your life. Obviously if I did, I would have come back oftentimes. I wouldn't just go and never come back. I would come back every once or twice a year or so if I could. But it was considered. I was that. I didn't talk about it much before, but I did consider it at one stage back when I was in third year, like junior, so junior, so I'm getting confused now. But yeah, I did consider it. But as I said, many different factors I took into account. Even though, as to say, there was no issue with it, we were basically told I could go if I wanted to go. It'd be all sorted. I would nearly get the government would provide me, the Finnish government would provide me my own apartment, and I could get a part-time job doing something in Finland if I wished to, and a work visa and stuff like that too, and education visa and working at the same time. It was kind of hard to put it, but you could do it, and obviously they would get you student accommodation and stuff like that. I suppose that's the word for student accommodation, yeah. But as I say, in Finland, nobody's homeless or nobody doesn't have a home basically. So straight away Irish people are like, fuck. I've never heard this kind of government before. They actually care for people. Would you believe that? But yeah, no. But as I said, there were all the main reasons why. Main reason too is, as I say, I wouldn't want to leave County Cavan. It is a big difference. Obviously they have more lakes than County Cavan, so that's one difference. Because Cavan has a lot of lakes, 365, but obviously they have something like fucking 10,000 something lakes. So fair to say, I haven't number County Cavan there, but yeah, as it was said too, it would have suited me down to the ground, because I'm kind of like Finnish people, more awkward and kind of distance more from people. I don't mingle that much with people. I kind of only talk to one. I don't kind of go, like, say if there's a group of 50 people talking, right, I would only go and talk to one person at a time instead of talking to all 50 people. And that's kind of the Finnish way too, if people doing it too. It's kind of their atmosphere and kind of the way they work. So that's why a lot of people thought I would suit them over there. And obviously I wouldn't just go there and sit there and do nothing. I go make myself useful, basically. Who knows? But the question that I suppose people would ask now, would I ever take, like, if I wanted to go in the morning, would I say, fuck this country, good luck, out, and I'm going out? As I said before, and I stand by this now, if number 40 becomes Taoiseach, I'm fucking off straight away. I'm gone, I'm good luck, bye. Because number 40 would have pressed me to hell. So as soon as that happens, I'm off on my pay and I'm not coming back. I'm going into exile, basically. So that's the only reason why. But I can't foresee myself going in the morning if I needed to. Unless the government really push the limits, which they have in the last few months. They've pushed a lot. There's been times I've considered it, like, this country's going to hell. But I wouldn't want to leave. be really honest, and that's the main thing. I just don't want to leave. Um, and it'd take a lot to push me over the edge, basically now, to leave. As I say, if no one fully became teacher, that's pushed me over the edge too much. So it would take a lot, basically, in other words, to make me leave in the morning. And the government's pushing the limits and what they can do. But you kind of can get what I'm saying. I don't want to go in the morning, even though I could if I wanted to. And a lot of young people, as even one teacher said to me, and said to the class too, the best thing for you to do, and this is before we left school, is to emigrate, is to leave the country. It's a better life, And that's what a teacher said. Far better life. An elderly teacher too said it's a far better life. You make a better life for yourself than in this country. And a lot of people would have probably followed for advice. Because a lot of older people would say there's nothing in this country for young people. And that's what I said in my other video too. But as I say, all of them, more than anybody else, a lot of people young people in County Cavan, they'd be more worried when the price gets high and stuff like that. Obviously they would miss County Cavan and stuff like that, but generally they wouldn't have as much of attachment as many people said to Cavan than me, obviously. And I wouldn't, many obviously would. I'm sure everybody know all the stuff I've done for Cavan and things like that. I wouldn't just, I wouldn't want to betray the county in that way and just feck off and never come back. Never come back. More than anybody else, it's hard to leave your home county, and it's hard to leave. It's difficult now. And that's been mainly the one reason I don't want to betray my county. Well, not betray, but I wouldn't want to leave, and I wouldn't want to leave my Tidy Towns committee, and I wouldn't want to leave Buttersbridge too. And I wouldn't want to leave my friends and family. I wouldn't want to abandon the Buttersbridge community. I wouldn't want to do that. The Tidy Towns committee that we formed and worked our way up. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't. I couldn't accept that. Just abandoning them. So yeah, and then obviously my friends and family, I wouldn't want to do that. Just feck off and leave them to their own devices. Even though a good few of my friends, a lot of them are thinking of emigrating and going. So they probably belong. They'd be off in Australia or somewhere. As I say, I know a lot of people in my school that left. I knew in school personally, and I talked to them many times. And they were off in other countries living the life of Wiley. But yeah. No, I just said to talk about because it was kind of a part two to what I was talking about earlier on. But no, it's a lot of as I say, it was a lot of factors that I took into account. I took into everything more than the only Joe, because I did consider it. Now I told you, I will say that openly. But I thought of all the factors, and even though I have to say I do like Finland, and that obviously now I know Sean Mack is going to say something he's watching now in a second. But he's going to come out with his comment now. But I kind of feel kind of like my spirit nation more than Ireland. To Ireland, obviously, always going to be the country I put first. 110 million%. I'm going to put Ireland first. But obviously Finland will kind of be my spirit nation more after Ireland, if that makes sense. More after Ireland. I don't know if that even make English. That's not English, but anyway. If that makes any sense, so that explains anything. But yeah, let me do a take and subscribe for more, and bye.